Hi. Thank you all for coming out. And subjecting yourselves to this gauntlet that I'm putting myself through this year, doing a new one-man show a month. Thank you. I ask you to please realize that some of these are going to be good, maybe. Some will be works in progress, most probably. And I ask that you just have an open heart and mind. And I hope that you enjoy these as much as I hated forcing myself to write them. So, without further ado, please enjoy my maiden show, Slut Boy. Hi everybody, my name is Alan Starzinski, and I have had sex before. Thank you so much. It is a proud accomplishment that most teenagers have done before. So, tonight I'm going to be talking about my experiences with sex, some stories that are involving sex. You know, thank you. So I just want to get a round of applause here. Who here likes sex?
Yeah!
Perfect. Who here likes consensual sex? I should hear more enthusiasm. I asked that question because, one, I just want applause. And two, if you don't applause, I want you to leave. So for my next question, I'm going to ask, who here likes to come?
Yeah.
We're off to another great start. Everybody likes to come. I love to come. It's one of my favorite things to do. I love coming. I love the word. I think it's very fun. It's a very fun, funny word. It's also got a great common homophone, you know. Let me give you an example. Come. 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 See, if I can make you come with one finger, think what I can do with a whole hand. That's a joke that I learned in middle school. It holds up. You learn a lot of sex stuff in middle school, not from like your parents or your teachers. It's mostly from like older siblings, cousins, or kids who have neglectful parents with a large porno collection. And I learned in middle school how to masturbate. I learned very wrong, and I only learned correctly when I broke my left arm. So you're like, did you just use your left arm and that's why it was wrong? No, I did this. This is how I masturbated. This is 100% how I masturbated, and then I had to learn how to do it with one hand. It was hard for me to learn. I hate it. I didn't like it. It's not what I knew. I also learned that instead of lotion, you can use hair conditioner to use lube to masturbate. I learned that. It's silky smooth, okay? I learned that. My mom learned that by finding hair conditioner in my room a lot. Like, why is this in here? And then I guess she put two and two together. Another thing that I learned is that Ryan Katulich had a 7-inch penis in the 7th grade, and everybody knew about it. And also, he fucked a pile of snow one time. He literally pushed snow together, made a hole, and just slid right in there. That's a fact about Ryan Katulich that all of you can take home with you. And it was where I got to see my first porno mag, you know? The first porno mag that I saw was a classic, you know, Playboy. Yeah! A bunch of kids went to another guy's house after school, and dad's Playboy. And on the cover, it was China from the not your ideal first porno mag experience. And then after that, I got to experience porno on video at Jimmy Porter's house. And Jimmy Porter's that kid with the neglectful father. So neglectful that he goes, yeah, you see that hole? That's where my dad was testing out his new gun, because his dad would just shoot the walls in the house. Yeah. So neglectful that Jimmy found his dad's rubber vagina, and a bunch of kids took a turn having sex with it. I did not. And I'm not saying that to just save face for myself, because I did masturbate in his living room with a bunch of people. It's very common. Like, a lot of kids are like, oh, wow, well, this was before we had complete access to internet pornography. You know, we didn't really know about it yet. And yeah, it's a very common thing for kids to like sexually experiment with each other. It's not uncommon for teenage boys to like suck each other's dicks. It's a thing that happens a lot. I know friends that have done it. I didn't. I mean, I've sucked a dick before, but it wasn't them. Most of the population of the planet has sucked a dick before, whether it be like, you know, experimenting or just generally what you do. So, Jimmy Porter was pre-porn internet. And then, boom, baby, game changer. Porno on the internet. We're talking downloading it on Kazaa. Downloading it on iMesh. Some people don't know what iMesh is, but it was like a Kazaa or a LimeWire, if you will. And I had a personal preference of a website called freeones.com, where you can guess it, you could see free pictures of naked ladies. And it just aggregated a bunch of porno actresses and actors, and you could see them naked for free. And I had them all on my computer under a file called Social Studies, because technically it's not a lie. And I was never caught until I found my sister had pictures on the computer. Because you can go to the main menu and just find all the photos that are in the computer. And I found this shortcut to my pics, and then I saw pics that my sister had taken with my webcam.
Oh no.
Yeah, they weren't naked. They were just like risque that she was sending to people. And the thing that you need to know is that me and my sister fucking hated each other. Yeah, we looked for any opportunity to get the other one in trouble, and this was the perfect opportunity. Because if she's grounded from the computer, that means I get to use it more, because we only had one computer at this time. So I waited for my mom to get home, and I said, Mom, you gotta take a look at this. I brought her down, and I'm flipping through the picture. I was like, here, take a look at it. This is Janelle. And she's like, oh my God. And she was like, going through. And then the pictures of my sister stop, and then pictures of two women scissor fucking each other appears on the screen. She goes, what is this? And I say, uh-oh. Instead of going, they're hers too, which I realize now would have been perfect for me to do, and like would have double had her fucked over, and I just took off. And I said, uh-oh, and and that's how both me and my sister got grounded from the computer for 2 months. And it taught me a valuable lesson to not be a fucking snitch. So, coming drives us, you know? Kind of in our souls. It's pretty much what we do everything for. It's, why do you want to get a good job, a nice car, a good house? It's so that you can come, essentially. It's so you can have you have more opportunities to come with different people that you find attractive. You want to be appealing. I mean, I guess technically it's called procreation, but that's not the fun part. Nobody's like, oh man, I'm gonna fucking procreate this weekend. No, they want to come. That's what it breaks down to. And I love doing it. I love coming. I will be late to things. I have been late to things. Because I'm like, I got 30 minutes. It takes 20 minutes to get there. I got 10 minutes, and I can just, quickly get one out.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be 10 minutes early because I'm not a loser. But I end up being like 10 minutes late, and that's fashionable, so it's fine. I feel like that's why they find semen at crime scenes so much. Because, people are emotional. They just murdered somebody. And like, the cops are going to be here in like 30 minutes. I got 10, I can get it. And most murders are caught mid-stroke, it's a fact. So, I know it's not a fact. So I'm going to get a little bit personal right now.
Yeah.
As of right now, I have had sex with 96 people.
What?
Wow.
Slut.
Yeah, I am a slut. I'm also a boy. I'm an adult boy. Some of you might be saying, don't you mean man? No, you clearly don't know me well enough. But slut has this negative, derogatory term, and it has for my entire life. God knows I used it in harsh ways, but it's this double standard for people who like and enjoy sex. It's become this taboo thing, specifically mostly directed towards women. If a woman likes sex, she's a slut, she's a whore, she's a hoe. If a guy does, he's Don Juan, he's a Casanova. It's these positive things towards it. So I think we need to just take that word slut and make it a positive. That's why the name Slut Boy. Because I don't think that it's wrong to like to enjoy other people's company in a sexual way, and it shouldn't. People who kind of harsh on that it's because they probably can't have sex for whatever moral, emotional, or physical. They're ugly. And when I delve a little bit deeper into this, I was one of those persons who shamed my sister specifically for, having fun in high school. And I didn't lose my virginity until I was 24.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's pretty late. And I'm going to tell you guys the story about how I lost my virginity, because it was bad. And I know everybody goes, everybody's first time is bad. Well, mine was bit her vagina bad. And I say that because I bit her vagina. You might be wondering, how do you know that you bit her vagina? Because she said, ow, you bit my vagina. And I said, oops. Like a kid who just spilled orange juice, but instead of spilling orange juice, I bit a vagina. I'll take you through my logic as to why I bit her vagina, because you're all wondering, hey, why did you bite her vagina? Well, in my mind, you could nibble on erogenous zones, like the nipple, the neck, the earlobe, and logically, the vagina. And I was wrong. I was very wrong. And oddly enough, she let me then have sex after this whole debacle. And after 30 minutes of and neither of us coming, I said, that was my first time, and she goes, yeah, I know, you bit my vagina. So I was a virgin all throughout high school. I really liked this fact about myself. It was something that was kind of like a badge of honor. I was straight edge, you know, no drugs, no sex, no alcohol. I was fucking lame. Because, I don't know if you guys know this, but sex, drugs, and alcohol are very fun. They're some of the most fun stuff. All musicians know this fact. Every song is about one of those three things. Give me a song.
Blackbirds.
What?
Blackbirds.
Blackbird. Blackbird singing at the dead of night. It's about doing heroin in the dark. That's another song.
Ave Maria.
Ave Maria. That is all about sex. Are you kidding me? That's just one long moan.
Jingle bells.
What?
Jingle bells.
Jingle bells? Oh, baby, you know that's about somebody coming and getting those shakes out. Every song, everywhere. Now, this wasn't for some religious reason. Like, while Christianity was a part of me in high school, it wasn't like I was saving myself for marriage. I was saving myself for love. Because my brain had been developed through like film and television of like The Princess Bride and every Disney movie that, oh, love is just this thing, this powerful feeling that you have inside that is just driving you constantly, which can make you a weirdo. Don't know if you know that. So that's kind of what drove me in this, and that's how I felt, and I had to save it for somebody special until I did it. You know, I was just like, I gotta get this over with, and then you bite a vagina. So I, throughout my entire childhood, would jump from like hopeless love to hopeless love. It was Ashley Cox to Jean Marie Firth to Kelsey Stanton to Faith Roncaroni up until yeah, Faith Roncaroni. Up until Kaya. Now I was 17, she was 18, junior, senior. She moved to New York. And then when I graduated high school, I also moved to New York, so I wanted to reconnect. And Kaya is beautiful and a fantastic human being. I truly, truly adore her. And she was just that kind of girl in her 20s, manic pixie dream girl. She's so full of whimsy and she's quirky. And I was like, I'm like this shy, awkward dude. I'm not ugly. This is like the perfect situation. She's gonna fall in love with me because I love her so much. And I was her really good friend, like to that point of being like, she'd confide in everything in me. I'd come over, she'd go, oh, spend the night, and we'd snuggle in her bed. Nothing sexual happening because she didn't view me as a sexual creature, because I didn't view myself as a sexual creature at all. And one time, I had my arm over her, and I started rubbing her stomach. And then she moved my hand up to her breast. And I was like, oh, fuck. I'm getting a shot at the heavyweight title. I'm Rocky, and Apollo Creed wants to fight me? Oh, baby! I'm gonna do this. And I thought, all right, what do I gotta do in this situation? How can I help this go my way? What are my strong suits? All right, I'm funny. Boom. Okay. I got it. What am I gonna say? I gotta say something. It's gotta be really good. Okay. Got it. Perfect. So I say this in this exact tone. My hand on her breast. Ooh, that's a booby! And that left is right back at me in a fucking knockout. I'm done. And life is like the movie. You know? And I think about, when I think about that and like romance movies and rom-coms, it's kind of gendered where if anybody in those situations in movies where they're like, I love you, here's my act of love, you would call the police and you'd have a restraining order on them most of the time. Especially if the genders were flipped. It wouldn't be a rom-com or romance movie, it'd be a different kind of movie. What you call a thriller. Like if a woman burst into a wedding and said, stop, I love you, here are all the ways, boom, boom, boom. The groom would be like, I do not know what is going on right here. And everybody would call the cops. Or let's take The Notebook, for instance. If a woman said to a man, I wrote you a letter every day for a year, you'd be like, nope. I'm gone. And then she follows up with, I also built you a house. No, thank you. Because as men, we're taught to be afraid kind of emotions and commitment. We're afraid in this way. Essentially, we are afraid that somebody loves us so much that it's going to make us emotionally uncomfortable. Or as opposed to women, they're afraid that somebody's going to love them so much it's going to make them physically uncomfortable. Like a man's never walked home alone at night and been like, well, I hope somebody doesn't commit to me before I'm ready. It doesn't happen. But for women, it's just a constant fear of their life, that they are going to be killed, that they're going to die. For us, like literally, and for us, it is figuratively, we're afraid of death because of this. Because all fear traces back to death, and the fear of commitment is the fear of one's own mortality. Because it makes you think, oh, I'm going to be with this person for the rest of my life. Rest of my life. There's a rest of my life. It is going to end at some point. Fuck. And that's hard to get around. This next part, I'm going to talk about my first sexual experience because it happened pretty young. It's not bad. I mean, it's not great, but it's not like bad. I know you're thinking like, oh no, it's something. Oh no. But it happened in the first grade. Again, not bad. That bad. And it happened before I was going to go to school. And I was playing a little game called Fill Up Holes with Toothpaste, which meant I would just find random holes around the house and I'd fill it up with toothpaste. And I loved that game. My parents hated it, I loved it. I was in the bathroom and we had this like porcelain sink and it had a hollow base because that would be so heavy. And I was filling up a hole with toothpaste in the back, you know, winning the game. And I reach in because I see that there's a hole in the back and I go, all right, let's see what's in here. And I feel something that's like papers kind of folded up. And my 7-year-old brain goes, treasure map, holy shit. I'm going on a Goonies adventure, baby. And I feel like there's something else in there. So I take out that would-be treasure map and I go, it's like a squishy cylinder, and I take it out and it is a big old silicone dick. So I'm freaked out. So I try to distract myself. I take a look at that map, and what I see on that map, it is not a map at all. But it is hardcore transgender pornography. And my mind is fucking blown. Because it's a woman with a penis. And I'm 7 years old. I just learned that I have a penis. I learned this because I like to show it in kindergarten, apparently. Kids do, they do it. And I learned that I have it and girls do not. And this was a girl who had one. So I didn't know what was going on. My concepts of reality were flipping on their head. Dogs were cats, black was white, up was down. But what I could gather from my brain, I saw a series of pictures of a woman with a penis putting it inside a man and it hurting them. And by hurting them, I mean them going, ugh. Because I remember almost every detail of this event. So I do what any person does and I scream out, "Mom, I need your help!" And she comes into the bathroom seeing her 7-year-old son holding porno and a big old rubber dick. And she is in shock, like a person would be. And I go, "Mom, what is this?" And I can see she goes, "I don't know." And I go, "Mom, what is this? Why is it here?" And I see her craft the worst lie I've ever seen in my entire life. As a 7-year-old, I knew this was a lie. She goes, "Well, it must be from the people who owned the house before us." And then I look at her and I go, "I have to ask you a question, and I know that you've never lied to me. Is this yours?" She goes, "No." Because in my mind, how I pieced this together is that she was going to attack this and hurt my dad. That's what she was going to do. And then I said, "Can we throw this away?" She goes, "Yes." Quicker than almost anything. So we go behind an optometrist's where there's a dumpster, and I make her throw it away, and I watch her do it. And then I said, "You're not going to come back and get this." She goes, "No." And that night, I hear my parents fighting, and they are both furious. My mom is pissed off because her son found a fake dick and pornography, and my dad's mad because now he's got to buy a new dildo. This was the 90s. You could just order one on Amazon. They were hard to come by and they were more expensive. I actually don't know if they're more expensive, but for some reason I was like, I'm going to find this out. So I called a bunch of sex shops that have been around for a while in like LA and New York, and was met with I don't know, I've only worked here for 2 years, and clicks. After I had asked this question. And one place in New York called the Pink Pussycat Boutique, I called them again. I said, "I swear to God, this isn't a prank phone call. I just want to know." And they said, "Google it." And then hung up on me. And in my mind, I go, "Don't you think that's the first thing that I did? I don't want to talk to a person on a phone. Nobody wants to talk to a person on a phone anymore. That's why we have Google." And when you type in the price of a dildo in the 90s in Google, you don't get that. What you get are ads for dildos now. And I don't need to know how much dildos cost now. I already know how much dildos cost now. I've bought them before. That was my first sexual experience. So with sex comes STDs. Who here's ever had an STD before? Let's hear a round of applause. Statistically, most of you have HPV. So alright? If you don't have HPV, at some point, I pity you, you're pathetic. I had an STD once, and it wasn't fun. It sucked. I had, AIDS. No, I was wondering if that joke was going to work. And
It did.
I had gonorrhea. And gonorrhea is terrible. It hurts when you pee. And then you go to the doctors and you go, what is this? It hurts when I pee. They go, it's gonorrhea. They give you a pill and a shot and you're gone. It's easy. It's fine, and then you don't have it anymore. Congratulations. Well, I got gonorrhea, and the story behind me getting gonorrhea is that I met this girl at the bar at the theater that I used to perform at in New York. And we were talking. She goes, I've got this leftover steak from this dinner that I just had. Do you want it? I was like, yeah. Free food? Are you kidding me? Little known fact, if food is free, it doesn't have any calories in it. Take that with you guys. And so I'm talking to her, we're drinking, we're talking, we're drinking. One thing leads to another. She goes, do you want to come back to my place? I'm like, yes, of course. And then we start making out. We have sex without a condom, and then I got gonorrhea. That's how it happens. That's how you get gonorrhea. It's as simple as that. Because, I mean, you gotta use a condom, but sex without a condom is so great. It's so much better. It's so much better. Sex without a condom is so good. It's like sex without a condom. It's the fucking best. But I'm smart now. I wrap it, unless you know we've both been tested and blah blah blah, all of those things, and we're only sleeping with each other. You know, dating. And that was terrifying to me. Getting that STD that one time, I feel like Nev Campbell in Scream, like in the sequels, like everywhere I look, is that the ghost face STD? Anytime there's something slightly off with my penis, whether it be a feeling, a look, I just go, yep, this is it. And there's one time I've been more scared about it than any of the other times. I was visiting New York, this was about 2 years ago, and I'm hooking up with my hair colorist. Yes, I dye my hair, I'm gray underneath this. I know, I like the gray. It's acting stuff. I don't want to get into it. So gray as fuck under this. Only a little gray under this. You know, there's some gray boys popping out, but for the most part, we're still going au naturel. So I end up hooking up with this colorist, and I woke up the next morning, and I see on my penis a black spot the size of a nickel. I am like, what the fuck? Because the first thing that pops into your head when you see a black spot on your penis isn't logic. It is, well, fuck, what is it? My dick, it's gone. It's dead, it's done, it's no more. I can't have sex anymore because nobody's gonna want to have sex because there's a black spot on my penis and it's gonna be done and it's forever gone. And I was panicking, I was Googling, hey, a black spot on your penis, what's up? And they go, and you don't want to hear the answers because it's like, did a brown recluse bite your penis? And neurosis? I had no idea. And then I remembered that there was a very intense blowjob. To the point where I heard like a noise.
Oh.
So I slowly realized that she had gone down on me so hard that that blood vessels at the tip of my penis had popped. And there was a bruise there. And something known commonly as a hickey. I had a hickey on my dicky. And you can get a hickey anywhere that there's skin. I didn't know that. I I didn't know that. I found this out the hard way. And I didn't really care for hickeys before, and after this, I fucking hated them. I'm dating, and when you're dating, a lot of times people ask that question of, what's the worst date that you've ever been on? You're gonna ask that question? And I don't really have something that sticks out in my brain as the worst, because it wouldn't be the worst if something interesting happened. The worst are like, oh, it was boring, they had nothing to say, and I wasn't interested. But I do have a memorable date that I had been on.
Yes.
So I dated a dominatrix for a bit. And some of you might be going, Alan, you mean you paid a dominatrix? No. Because people who pay dominatrixes don't get sex and receive physical abuse. I didn't pay a dominatrix, did get sex, and only got emotional abuse. I'm kidding, she's terrific. We're still friends to this day. But it was fun. But being a dom was her day job. You know how people work in cubicles, clock in, clock out, that was it for her. It was just something that gave her money so that she could focus on her career doing acting stuff. So, hey, did some of it leak into the bedroom? Yes. Was it fun? Yes. Okay, whatever. And I got to have some experiences that I'd never had before, and offered some experiences that I'd never had before. Like one, she said, hey, how would you like to make $100 to have a dude massage your foot for an hour? And I said, no, absolutely not.
Why is it?
Well, I'm about to explain. It's not like anything like, oh, I don't want a dude touching me for an hour. It's just that I had athlete's foot and I didn't want to subject him to that. And I felt really self-conscious, and I just wanted to be considerate, because I'm like, if my feet were normal, sure, I'd make that $100 and do it. But another time, she had like a Skype session with a dude where our faces could not be seen, and he was wasted, and we were just making fun of him and saying how pathetic he was. That's just what we did. And then she made him take a rubber band and flick his balls with it.
Oh.
And I made $100 for that, so technically I'm a sex worker part-time. But the most interesting thing that happened was she called me up one time and said, how would you like to go to your favorite restaurant and not have to pay for anything? I was like, this sounds amazing. Yeah, what's the trick? She says, no trick, but there's this guy who really likes the idea of being cuckolded. So, and I'm like, I get it. He's gonna pay for our whole dinner and then watch us fuck. No, thank you. I'm not gonna do this for just a dinner. Are you kidding me? She goes, no, shut up. We're gonna have dinner. He's gonna sit there with us. He's not gonna say anything. He's not gonna talk to you. He's just gonna sit there. And he likes knowing that this person that he covets, somebody else is sleeping with them. I'm like, hell yeah. Dinner for free? God, are you kidding me? That's 0 calories in that meal. So we get to the restaurant, and then he arrives. I order a $40 glass of scotch. And she orders a red wine, he orders a white wine. I mean, I don't really know why they call it white wine. It's not completely white, there's like a yellow hue to it. But then we order appetizers. We get whatever we want. We're getting crostinis. We're getting devils on horseback. And this place has one of the best bananas Fosters that you can ever imagine. It's my favorite restaurant in New York City. It's called Freeman's Restaurant. It is down this alley. It's adorable. You guys, you should ever go there. It's so romantic, but maybe save your thoughts and opinions until after this. Because we get these appetizers and they're delicious. We're eating them, we order our meals. She gets chicken, I get a filet mignon. I'm not paying for it, and I get another $40 glass of scotch.
Jeez.
And he's just there sipping on his white wine until he finishes it. And as he finishes it, our food is almost ready to be coming out. And she goes, I have to go to the bathroom. She gets up, takes the glass, leaves. And I'm weirded out for two reasons. One, I gotta be alone with this guy. And two, why did she take the glass? The food comes out, I start eating because I'm rude and I'm hungry. And she comes back, full glass of wine. I go, oh, okay. Puts it in front of him. She starts eating. We're both eating. She goes, you haven't finished your wine. He goes, I don't wanna.
Oh.
And she goes, you have to. I'm like, what is happening? What is this? And then I see him pick up the glass, go like this, start drinking, and then start gagging while he's drinking.
No.
And I realize that this glass of white wine is yellow. So he drinks the entire thing.
Oh my god.
Finishes that glass of piss. And I am so disgusted, I can barely finish the bananas Fosters that we have. I do not go back to that restaurant until a year later. I'm with my next girlfriend, and I'm there for my birthday, and my mom's there, and her mom is there, and my mom orders a glass or a bottle of wine, and I just think, God, I hope they thoroughly wash their glasses. Yeah. So dating a dom, you learn some stuff about yourself when that stuff leaks into the bedroom. Who here, let's get a round of applause, who here likes butt stuff?
Woo!
All right, wow. So, any of the guys that didn't applaud in this audience, you're one of two things, a liar or a coward. You're one of two things. Because, hey, guess what? God gave us a G-spot as well, but it was a little trick. He was like, hey, you get to control most of the world, but the place that feels the best, that gets tickled, is in where your poop is. So I am a big advocate for butt stuff. I think it's great. Put stuff in your butt. It's fun. And as I was experimenting with that, I was like, all right, I've had a finger up there. Hell, I've had 2 fingers up there. I want to get a little bit more adventurous. But I'm not going to go buy a dildo. No, I'm poor. So what I do is, I go, what is like a dildo, but not? I go, not a cucumber, because this is too big. Not a carrot, because gross, I don't like carrots. Banana. That's it. But what if the banana gets mushed up? What if it breaks? I don't want to have to deal with that. Oh, I got it. I'll make it sturdier by freezing it. So, did I freeze a banana, put a condom on it, and try to put it up my butt? Yes, I did. Did it work? No, it did not. Because I don't know if you know what happens when you get cold stuff near your asshole, but it just tightens up. So I was in the mood. I was like, I want to do something. I want to put something in my butt. What do I have that is like this? So did I put a condom over the handle of a hairbrush and put it up my butt? Yes, I did. Did it feel good? Yes, it did. Do I regret it? Kinda. And after I told a woman that I was sleeping with this story. She did something and gave me a gift of a butt plug. Like, and a nice one. Like a stainless steel butt plug. Some of you will learn more about me. A stainless steel butt plug that was not meant for me. I was not the intended owner for this. This butt plug was meant to go to the asshole of famed comedian Drew Carey.
Oh.
Why? Okay. So her friend was dating Drew Carey at the time and got him this as a gift. And then they broke up. She never got to give it to him. And so she asked her, hey, do you still have that? Do you want it anymore? She's like, no, take it. Gives it to her, gives it to me. I called it, whose butt plug is it anyway? And the answer is it's mine. And it's great. With sex, there's been some scary stuff that's happened. Like, I was hooking up with a girl, and she was on top, my eyes were closed, there was a drip that fell on my head. I was like, God, what is that? And then I opened my eyes, and like, that scene in 28 Days Later, a drop of blood piles right into my eye, coming from her nose. And luckily, I was wearing 2 condoms at the time, one on my penis, one on my eye. Because what are contacts if not condoms for the eye? And my response was like, oh my God, you just bled in my eye. She's like, I'm sorry, I get nosebleeds sometimes. I go, you just bled in my eye. God! So I rush, and I take the contact out. I wash my eye out. And my next question is, you've been tested, right? And she says the second worst thing that you can hear, which is, it's been a while?
Oh, no.
So I have to wait. The first worst thing is, yes, and I have these transmittable diseases. I am terrified. I have to wait 2 weeks till I get a call from my doctor, and I've got bad news. I have high blood pressure. High cholesterol. But the scariest thing that's ever happened to me was after spending an evening with this girl. We are woken up by somebody opening her bedroom door, and I turn to her, I go, oh, it's your roommate. And she looks, and she goes, what are you doing here? And I look to see a man entering her bedroom holding flowers. And I'm like, oh God, no. We're at the beginning of this guy's romantic And I just stay silent. She goes, what are you doing here? He said, you said your door was open any time. I should stop by. And she goes, get out of here. He goes, can we just talk about this? She goes, no. You need to leave. We'll talk about it later. So I'm shooketh to my core. And she sees that. So she tries to go, I'm so sorry about this. And I'm like, okay. So in her mind, she goes, I need to supply more information. Yeah, we used to hook up. We haven't hooked up in like a few weeks. It's over. It's fine. I go, oh, okay. She sees this as a signal to give me more information. She goes, yeah, you know, he's like a few years older than me. He lives in New Jersey. He used to be a cop, but he's not anymore because he got shot at, and he's on psychological leave. Oh, okay. So this is the beginning of a very different movie. I leave there thinking I am for sure going to get framed for murder because my DNA is definitely at the crime scene. And that's how I got gonorrhea. Thank you guys. This has been Slut.